you find it difficult to come up with content ideas for your podcast? Or perhaps you got stuck during the interview with the guest where you just have nothing to ask anymore? Try Poddex today. Poddex is the best all-in-one podcast idea generation tool. You get everything from episode ideas to interesting conversation starters for interviews, engaging discussions for your live stream, and even social media content ideas. With this tool, you don't have to spend weeks trying to come up with content for an episode or unique questions for your guests. Just shuffle the cards and pick one at random, hit the record button, and get started. Now you can make better content, have more fun while you're at it, and get your viral moment. All with Poddex. Head over to poddex.com and use code C4C. What's the word, my people? It's Mr. LP, Clear Visions Podcast. What the business is. Yeah, I'm finna just pull a card from Pod Deck and talk about some things. Well, talk about a thing for this episode. I'm gonna pull a card and y'all gonna listen to this intro and we're gonna be right back. What's the word, everybody? It's your man, Mr. Al Pete from the Mighty MPN.
Man, listen.
And you're now tuned in to the Clear Visions Podcast. Get ready to enjoy the show.
Are we clear?
Yep. Mr. Al Pete. Clear Visions Podcast, C4 Challenge. What's the word? What's the business? Hope everybody's doing well. Bike for Duval. Back for the world. So, yeah. So, shouts out to Pod Deck for being the sponsor for the C4 Challenge. Make sure you go to c4challenge.com. Check out all the other great content. Some dope stuff on there, man. Dope stuff. And we're coming up to the end of the challenge. It's day 20. If you listen to it, but we have like 8 more days left. So, yeah, it's been cool. It's been challenging, but I'm cool with it. So, all right. So I pulled a card from a Pod Deck. So, make sure you go to poddeck.com and in the when you check out C4C is what you put in the space to get them little coins off. All right. So the question that I pulled from Hustler, the Hustler deck or whatnot, and it says, "What have you given up on that you wish you never had?" So to be as simple as possible, it's marijuana. So I gave up marijuana a long time ago. I want to say, 2003, something like that. Nevertheless, 2003-ish is when I kind of gave it up or whatnot. At the time, I had my son like full time, and I had started DJing and just really getting more focused on my work, and I just didn't want to have that up under my umbrella, so I removed it. And it wasn't something that I can't say that I enjoyed it or whatnot, but it was a leisure thing to do. But from the outside effects of it as well, it was like it just wouldn't benefit me on that front too. So but yeah, I do understand the recreational aspect of marijuana and the medicinal way. Am I saying it right? Medicinal. All right, I think it's medicinal. Whatever. The medical way of using marijuana and stuff like that. So it's becoming more and more friendlier now these days, but I just don't have the time to go back and see which one works and which one would be cool. Like I'm really cool on it. But I do have my moments sometimes where I'm like, I need to level out or something, and I feel like a decent string of marijuana would help me do that. So I don't know, but I mean that is the answer to your question. It's definitely weed. You see how many unsure questions I got about it? That's the reason why I gave it up. But the part where I'm like, I wish I never had, it's just the recreational part. It's just the relaxation part, and just really wind it down. So And a lot of people feel like that I smoke now, and I'm like, nah, I don't smoke. So I don't know. It's nothing too, you know. I ain't missing nothing by not smoking it, but at the same time too, like I would admit yesterday, I was like, yo, it'd be real good to kind of like just level out real quick, but it can't happen because I got work to do, and I don't want nobody looking at me crazy because of that, And I know it's a judgmental, I know it's a judge-free type of mentality with people that they think they have, but they really don't be having it. So I just don't have time for that. So everybody always label me in a way of doing something, whatever. So, but yeah, that's my answer. So, yeah, what have you given up on that you wish you never had? I wouldn't say never had, but y'all get the gist of what I just stated. So, yeah. All right. So listen, I am tired and I want to go to sleep and I want to relax. So hopefully y'all enjoy this episode. I'm gonna be in full effect for the last week of the 30-day challenge, man. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been interesting, and it's just been fun and interesting. So hopefully you've been enjoying the shows that I've been doing. I think that's it. Yeah. So Clear Visions Podcast. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter. All the notes are in the show notes. And yeah, man, just enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, and be great to yourselves, all right? To the top. Clear Visions Podcast was produced and engineered by myself, along with the intro and outro music. Subscribe to this podcast that's available on MrAlpete.com, mpn-llc.com, and on all podcast platforms. Thanks for listening, everyone. Building but becoming. To the top.